Hey, what's up guys? It's TechSumer talking to you here. And in today's video, we need to talk about Apple's event. Because today, the event is happening. Yes, we are about 8 hours away from the starting of this event. And this is nuts. Because this event will actually unveil most of Apple Silicon's lineup, the M3 lineup. Yes, in today's event, scary fast event, we are getting the M3 chip, the M3 Pro chip, and the M3 Max chip. These are the new chips for next year. And I'm super excited because we are getting new MacBook Pros, we are getting new iMacs, and so, oh my god, how can you not be excited? This is Apple's Halloween event, and so I'm actually interested in knowing if Apple is going to do anything special for Halloween. So, if you are excited, drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, let's talk about what can we expect in today's event. So, for starters, we are getting the M3 chip. But this is not happening in all devices. We are not getting the M3 chip on the MacBook Air, and we are not sure if the MacBook Pro is coming. Some rumors are saying that it is, like Mark Gurman, and others are saying that it is not. So, what should we expect? For starters, we should expect an M3 iMac. Yes, we haven't got any new update to the iMac since 2021, April or March of 2021, when we got our first M1 iMac. The M1 iMac was a very fun, light color, white bezel computer. That was the perfect family computer. Perfect computer for families that want to have a living room computer, something fun, light, still powerful with the M1, but very, very easy to blend in with the house. But now Apple hasn't updated for the last 2 years. It has got the M1 chip since 2021, and now in 2023, almost 2024, Apple is ready to upgrade it. I think we are not getting anything else other a new M3 chip and some probably different colors. I don't know if you are getting different colors or not, but I would bet that those leaks about the USB-C cable would be for the iMac. Because Sam Cole from Apple Track actually made that prediction, and I very much agree with it. So, good job Apple Track, very good analyst. Go check it out, his channel, really good one. But Apple releasing an M3 iMac close to Christmas makes a lot of sense because families now start to buy gifts for each other, and family members may be thinking, well, a new family computer, maybe a new iMac with the M3 chip, might be very cool. Maybe Apple refreshes the colors, maybe Apple creates a 27-inch design. We are not sure if Apple is going to make the iMac Pro. Although leakers and rumors are saying that we are not getting any type of iMac Pro in 2023's Apple Scary Fast event, I still have hope. I still have hope that Apple will surprise us, and this will be today's event surprise. So, let me know in the comments below what you think. Are we just getting an M3 iMac, or are we also getting an iMac Pro? That would be super cool. Put the M3 Max and M3 Ultra on that iMac Pro and call it a day. And if you don't want to put the M3 Ultra because you think that it's an iMac, you don't have enough cooling power, then just put an M3 Max. That would be way better, and creating this iMac Pro will be super cool. A huge canvas for you to work on, super good value because you are getting an incredible 5K display, an incredible computer behind it, all of that for about $3,000. So that would be a pretty good deal. Please, Apple, release that. I'm super excited to see what you can do with an iMac Pro. Again, we are not getting more computers with the M3 chip. I don't think we are getting an M3 MacBook Air. Maybe the only computer we should get is the M3 Mac Mini, because the Mac Mini came about the same time as the M2 Pro and M2 Max chips with the MacBook Pros. And so it kind of makes sense also that Apple would upgrade the M2 Mac Mini and M2 Pro Mac Mini with the M3 Pro and the M3 Mac Mini. The Mac Mini is a very easy computer to upgrade. Just take out the older chip, just put the new one, call it a day, because you don't redesign the Mac Mini. Mac Mini is a very cheap, very easy, very utilitarian computer. So if you are getting an M3 iMac, maybe Apple releases the M3 Pro and M3 Mac Mini. And those computers are always an amazing deal. The M2 Mac Mini starts at $699, which is just crazy. And maybe if Apple releases the M3 Mac Mini, they can keep up that price, the $699 price tag, and maybe lower the price of the M2 Mac Mini on lower end websites like Best Buy and other websites where the computer will get cheaper. So you can get an M2 Mac Mini for like $400, $450 used. That's crazy. I reviewed the M2 Mac Mini this year, in the beginning of this year, and I thought that computer was really good. It could run my entire channel for like $600, which is just crazy. So if you have an external display, keyboard and mouse, then the M2 Mac Mini, or now the M3 Mac Mini, will be one of the best purchases ever on the computer world. As I was telling you, no M3 MacBook Air, because we got the M2 MacBook Air 15-inch in July. And that's a very good indication that we are not getting new MacBook Airs. It wouldn't make sense for Apple to release a new computer 4 months later with a better chip. That would make so many people so angry, and I would be in agreement, because releasing a computer with one chip in July and then releasing another computer with the M3 in October doesn't make any sense. The good thing you should do in that case would be not release the July model and wait until October. That would be the more sensible thing to do. So no M3 MacBook Air in my opinion. I think we should wait for that maybe on a spring event next year. And we are not sure if we are also getting the M3 MacBook Pro, because the M3 MacBook Pro is a very weird computer. It sits in a very weird place in the lineup, because the M2 MacBook Air costs you $1,000, the 15-inch version costs you $1,200, and the M3 MacBook Pro costs you $1,300, or about the same price of the 15-inch. So what happens is they are very, very close to each other, and this computer doesn't offer many things over the MacBook Air 15-inch, especially the 15-inch, because this computer has a bigger display, a bigger battery, bigger speakers. Everything is better on this computer over the M3 MacBook Pro. The only advantage that the M3 MacBook Pro has, and its only advantage for some people, is the touch bar. So if Apple releases this new M3 MacBook Pro, we need to get more than just a new chip upgrade. But let's see what happens. This is the recyclable design with a new chip type of product from Apple, and it makes actually a lot of money because it sells a lot. It's the MacBook Pro, the cheap MacBook Pro, sells a lot, keeps the starting price of the MacBook Pro lineup low, and it's a very high profit computer. So I understand why Apple is doing it. I understand how they can keep upgrading it. I just don't see why people still keep buying it. But again, if Apple keeps making money with something, they won't kill it. Then is the most fun part of the event, the scary fast type of things, because we are getting the M3 Pro and M3 Max. According to leakers, we are getting new MacBook Pros. Yes, Mark Gurman, Min-Chi Kuo are now telling us that we are getting new MacBook Pros, the real MacBook Pros. We are getting a new M3 Pro and M3 Max computers. But you might be thinking, didn't we get those computers in January or February? Why are we getting in the same year a new upgrade? Well, because Apple was delayed last year. They were supposed to come out this timeline last year, so about October of 2022, but they were delayed until the beginning of the year in 2023. The part where they released this, cut out part of the event on January, it seemed very odd. So it kind of makes sense that that was cut out of the event, October event of 2022. So it now makes sense that Apple is keeping up the schedule and 1 year later releasing it on time. So if we are getting an M3 Pro and M3 Max chips today, then everything changes. These chips, if you don't know why, and I've been talking about the M3 for a long time, and you probably know what are the advantages of the M3. These are going to scale up for the M3 Pro and M3 Max. More efficiency with the 3nm architecture, more GPU power, especially with ray tracing. These chips are about to become one of the most powerful / most efficient chips in the planet. So ridiculous. Snapdragon released an incredible chip for laptops like 1 week ago, and he was boasting it out saying it was better, the M2, than the M2 was completely weak against it. Apple is about to blow it out of the water with the M3 Pro and M3 Max. I'm super excited to see the new numbers for the M3 Pro, especially the GPU numbers for the M3 Max. That's the only difference between the M3 Max and the M3 Pro is the GPU cores, so I want to see what happens. Again, I expect that the CPU is going to get 10, 15, maybe 20% boost in performance, but the efficiency is going to go up. So I also expect that these computers are also getting better battery numbers. But the biggest upgrade with the M3 has been seen on the iPhone and will be seen on these computers today, and that's the GPU performance. The iPhone 15 Pro Max and 15 Pro, they feature the A17 Pro chip. The A17 Pro chip is a chip that is super powerful, super powerful on the GPU side. It features, for the first time ever on Apple Silicon, ray tracing. Ray tracing enables you to get much more realistic graphics in games, and the shadows, the textures, everything makes it more realistic. And the FPS just goes up while playing this. Again, this makes your game look more realistic, more fluid, and better in general. Faster, better. It's just better performance in general. And lots of integrated GPUs have been having this trouble for a while, because they don't have ray tracing, they don't have the capabilities of adding this to their small and very power efficient GPUs. While other big desktop GPUs from NVIDIA have had ray tracing for a while, and it's actually a very good thing to play games. But if Apple is adding this to the M3 lineup, especially the M3 Pro and M3 Max, expect a very good computer to play games. And that's the thing, Apple, I think, is readying it up to kill the game market. I think they are about to put some effort in the gaming market, and if you play games, maybe they want to further reach out for that market. I'm not sure. Apple sometimes tries it out and then the developers don't develop games, and it's a kind of a weird connection, a weird relationship where one person tries and the other one doesn't, and it kind of doesn't work out. So now we need a big push from Apple to pay developers, to create incentives for developers to develop games for Mac. I'm not a big gamer, but I would like to see Macs play better games and have better games available. What do you like? Do you like to play games? Don't you like to play games? Let me know in the comments below if you would like Apple to push for developers to create amazing games for the Mac. And I think that's kind of it. We are not getting anything more. MacBook Pros, maybe the iMac and the Mac Mini with the M3. I expect a small event. I don't expect a 2-hour event after 8 p.m. Just doesn't make any sense. Because remember, this is 8 p.m. EST from New York, 5 p.m. from California time zone. And in GMT, which is where I live, it's 1 a.m. It's very, very late. And I don't see Apple making a 2-hour event this late. Maybe 1 hour, release all of these chips and all of these computers with the same designs, talk about specs, talk about performance, and show some cool graphics, show some cool things about Halloween, say goodbye, good night, and see you tomorrow. Again, this is very, very weird because Apple never does a late event, and especially on Halloween. So I want to see what happens. Again, if you are getting more than this, I don't know, USB-C AirPods Max, other USB-C accessories, I wouldn't bet on AirPods Max. I think that Mark Gurman has said that AirPods Max should come out next year, and other USB-C accessories like the MagSafe Pack, like the MagSafe Duo, I don't see that happening today, at least today. I think they will drop it later on this year or at least next year on a website refresh. Their best actually bet would be release it before Christmas so people would buy it, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. Of course, today's event will be focused on the Mac, only the Mac. If you go to Apple's website, the Mac Finder logo will appear after a while. So yeah, this is going to be only a Mac event, releasing the M3 iMac, maybe the M3 Mac Mini, the M3 Pro and M3 Max MacBook Pros. Definitely. I don't think we are getting a price increase though. I think Apple has completely settled on their price structure for the Mac lineup. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel, follow my social networks, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Tech Streamer talking to you here. Bye bye.